Well, hi, Jeff Shore, author of Be Bold and Win the Sale. I recently had the opportunity to attend a conference, and I heard the chief of staff of the great company Zappos speak to the group. And, the presentation was great because it's such a great company and such a great story. But more importantly was that sense of her emotional endorsement. You could hear how much she loves her company, and as a reflection of that, it speaks to the way that she's become something of an evangelist for Zappos. Now, I spoke about this recently at my own sales management summit, this idea of emotional endorsement. And the concept that looks like this: if you trust me and I speak favorably of my product or service, then you ought to trust my product and service. There's a transference of that trust based on my emotional endorsement. It's really the basis for every referral that you've ever received. Somebody who looked at it and said, generally when you get a referral for a great restaurant or a really good movie, you don't hear people say, "It was an outstanding restaurant. Actually, one of the highlight restaurants that I've been to for quite some time." That's not what they're going to say, because that would be devoid of the emotion. So what do we want to look at? That emotional endorsement says, "You have got to eat there, and I mean tomorrow. It was the best meal I've ever had." Well, here's my question for you. As you're talking to your customers, does your customer see and sense your emotional endorsement? Are you willing to put yourself out there and endorse your product emotionally? If your customer likes you, if your customer trusts you, or as I like to say, if the customer finds you coffee worthy of having a cup of coffee with, if you've accomplished that, now when you give that emotional endorsement of your product, of your service, then the customer buys off on that. And it makes it much easier for them to accept, to buy, and to trust. It's a better experience for them across the board. Leverage your emotional endorsement. If you're excited about what you're selling, make sure you let your face know. By the time you're done, you'll help that customer make it so much easier for them to make a decision. It'll be so much easier to change their world.